Hey, Lydia. You know what tomorrow is, right?
You mean how your fiancé is coming to visit for your parents' permission for the wedding?
Yes, my fiancé Loretta will be coming to visit tomorrow. It's a kind of happiness that someone as lowly as you will never be able to achieve. You understand that, right?
Does this mean that I should leave the house while he's here because I'm going to ruin your happiness?
No! That's not what I meant, stupid. It's going to be a problem if you're not here when he comes.
Oh, I see.
You were always the kind of person who just couldn't get what others were trying to tell them.
I'm sorry? What do you mean by that?
So, you understand now, right? We're going to have problems if you're not here.
Sorry, but I don't quite understand what you're trying to tell me. What do you want me to do when he comes?
Huh? You really are an idiot, Lydia. Fine. I'll tell you, so listen up. You're my sister by law, but you're only my half-sister by blood, since we have different fathers, right? You're just some random kid that came along with Mom when our parents got married. You're only my half-sister, so that means you're basically just my servant. The only reason you get to live here is because Mom and Dad are kind. Treat my fiancé like your master like you do with me, alright?
Your servant? I honestly don't know what I did to deserve this kind of treatment.
Huh? What did you just say? Oh, you think you don't deserve this, do you? People aren't born equal, Lydia. I was your master, and you were my servant ever since I was born. Don't you dare talk to me like that, or I'll make you sleep in the terrace again. So, do you understand now that your place in this house is that of a servant?
Yes, but I already told you several times that if I really am that much of a bother to you, I'll leave. And it doesn't really feel like you guys want me here anyways, so...
Huh? Do you even understand what you're saying right now? I just said that your place in this house was that of a servant. You can't leave unless we say you can leave, alright? Don't you realize that if you leave, then we won't have a servant anymore? You're the only one I can get to work for free. Don't you understand even that, you dumbass? If you understood your own position, you would never even think of saying anything like that. Jesus, are you mentally disabled or something?
Anyways, I should be at home when your fiancé comes tomorrow, right?
Yes. Oh, but once you give Loretta the snacks, return to the kitchen immediately, okay? He's coming here to greet my family, so it'll be a problem if you're there as well. You're a servant, right? So you need to act like one and do your best not to be a bother to us, because we're letting you live here. It would be unnatural if you were there while he was greeting my parents. Do I even need to tell you this?
Fine.
Hi, Loretto. You're on your way to our house, right? I'm so excited you're finally going to meet my parents.
Hello, Daria. I just got onto the train.
Alright.
I'm excited too, but it still makes me really nervous knowing that I have to greet your parents and ask permission for our marriage once I get there. I'm 2 years younger than you, so they might think that I'd be unreliable as a husband or something.
It's alright. There's no need to get nervous. My mom and dad are sure to agree with our wedding. After all, you are an amazing guy who's also going to be the CEO of our company soon.
Yeah, but I'm really not as amazing as you think. I'm just a regular guy whose dad happens to be a CEO.
That's completely untrue. You're the smartest, kindest, handsomest person I know. Don't worry, they're going to love you. I already told them about you, and they said they can't wait to meet you. Oh, and one more thing. You see, there's this strange woman that lives in our house, and she's kind of our maid.
A strange woman?
Yeah, a maid or a servant of sorts.
A servant? What do you mean by strange, though?
Well, she's a bit socially awkward, you see. So don't mind if she does anything strange, alright? A lot of things happened in her childhood, and now we're letting her live with us. We make her do all the housework you see in exchange.
I get it. She's one of those living maids, then.
Yes, that's exactly what I had in mind. She'll probably go in the kitchen when she brings out the sweets and tea, but you don't need to bother yourself with her, alright?
Is that so? Alright. Hello, Daria. Thanks for inviting me to your house today.
Yup, no problem, Loretto. I had a great time. Thanks for coming. Oh, and I told you that my mom and dad would agree to our wedding. They loved you.
Oh, yeah, I guess. They seemed especially interested in how my dad was a CEO and whether I would be a CEO too.
Don't mind them. They're just excited their daughter is going to marry such a promising young man as yourself. Alright, next we need to decide where we're going to have our wedding. When's the next time we can meet to discuss?
There's something I want to ask you first.
What is it?
That living maid of yours is named Lydia, right?
Huh? Oh, yeah. That's what my mom called her, I think. What about our servant, though? I told you not to bother yourself with her, didn't I? Did she do anything strange to you? Because if she did, I'll make sure to teach her a lesson, alright?
Huh? What do you mean by teach her a lesson? Never mind. That's not what I wanted to ask you about. You told me that she was your servant, right? But isn't she actually your sister?
Huh? How do you know that?
You see, one of my relatives once knew a person named Lydia.
Wow, what a coincidence. What did this relative of yours tell you exactly?
I heard from this relative that Lydia's mother got custody of her when her parents got divorced, but then her mother got married with another man 1 year later. A few years after that, a child, 10 years younger than Lydia, was born between the two of them.
I never knew Lydia had any such acquaintances. She's homeschooled, you see, and we don't let her out of the house that much.
So you really do treat her like a servant, huh? Anyways, this servant of yours seems to be about 10 years older than you. Not only that, but your mother's name is also the same name I heard from my relative. Also, she doesn't look like your father, while you do. All this points to the fact that this servant of yours is actually the same Lydia that my relative told me about. Tell me, why are you treating your own sister like your servant?
Hold on. I know it sounds bad if you think of it like that, but that woman is just a servant in our family, so I don't consider her as my own sister. There's no point in sympathizing with her. She doesn't have any connections to my father, the head of the family, which means that it's only natural that she's ostracized from the family like this. Which means that it's alright if you treat her like your servant as well, Loretto. Come on, there's no need to bother yourself over such a lowly being.
I see. So that's how you treat your half-sister. Like your own servant. You disgust me, Daria.
What? I really don't understand why you're making such a big deal out of this, Loretto. It's just the way things are. People are born unequal, you know. She was meant to be my servant and I her master ever since I was born. I mean, it can't be helped, don't you think?
Fine. I've made my decision. I'm canceling the marriage.
What? Why?
Because I finally realized the kind of person that you really are, Daria. I can't believe it took me this long to notice. Probably the only reason you approached me in the first place was because you knew that I was the son of a CEO. Am I right? We need to meet sometime soon to make this marriage cancellation official.
Huh? What are you talking about, Loretto? I love you for who you are, not because your father is a CEO. Why don't we just calm down first and talk things through? Then you'll understand that you're getting mad over nothing.
To think that you don't see anything wrong with what you're doing to your sister. Honestly, you scare me just as much as you disgust me, Daria. We're getting divorced and I'm not going to change my mind anymore. We'll invite both our parents and also your sister to the meeting.
What the hell? Why are you suddenly canceling the marriage after I told you about our servant? I haven't even met your parents yet. I know, let me talk to them first. Surely they'll be able to talk some sense into you.
Owen, you'll get to talk to them soon enough, and I assure you, they're going to be just as mad as me, if not more. Sorry, but I just can't marry someone that treats her own sister like this.
What in the world are you talking about? What, you don't want us to have a servant or something? And how are you so sure that your parents are going to agree with you in the first place? You're the one who's being unreasonable here, not me.
You'll understand as soon as your parents meet my father. Well then, I'll contact you at a later date. I need some time to think right now.
Loretto? Are we seriously not going to get married anymore? That bitch must have said something to you, didn't she? That's it. I've had enough of her. Lydia. Answer, you bitch. What sort of lies did you tell my fiancé?
Huh? What are you talking about?
My marriage just got cancelled because of you.
What?
What in the world did you do?
But I didn't do anything.
Fucking liar.
Daria? At least tell me what happened with you.
Shut up. You don't get to talk to me like that. You're just my servant. Just leave.
Huh? Are you sure? I thought that if I left, no one was going to do the housework anymore.
I don't care about that anymore. Leave our house by today. Leave. I never want to see you and your ugly face again.
Is this Lydia? Good evening. This is Daria's fiancé who came to your house to visit today. Sorry for surprising you suddenly when I asked for your contact information. I had to approach you when Daria wasn't looking, so I didn't have the time to explain what I wanted to do at that time. Forgive me.
Oh, it's nothing. Sorry I wasn't able to introduce myself properly. So, was there something you wanted to tell me? You looked like you wanted to tell me something whenever our eyes met earlier.
Yes. You see, you look just like someone I know, which is how I found out who you were. But first, there's something I want to ask you just so we can be sure. Is your biological father's name Peppino? And is he from Naples?
Oh, yes, that's correct. How do you know that?
I see. So I guess there's no doubt to it now.
What exactly are you talking about, Loretto? Are you an acquaintance of my father's or something?
Well, I guess you can say that. You see, I'm your brother. Well, half-brother to be exact. We have different mothers, but the same father.
What? Really?
Yes. Come on, didn't you at least think I looked familiar? Well, now that I think about it, I don't blame you. It's been nearly 20 years since you saw your real dad, right?
Yes, my parents got divorced when I was in elementary school. That reminds me. I did hear from my mother a long time ago that my father got remarried. Was that?
Yes, the woman your father married was my mother.
Does this have something to do with why Daria was so mad at me?
So, she did get mad at you. I haven't told Daria about our relationship yet. It's just that when she told me how she treated you like her servant when you were her half-sister, I was disgusted at her and canceled our marriage.
You canceled the marriage over this? So that's why she was so mad.
Did Daria do something to you? That woman.
Yes, she told me to leave the house by today with great curiosity.
What? This is clearly my fault. I'm so sorry. I should have handled this better. I probably should have told her that I was going to cancel the marriage after I talked to you and somehow snuck you out of there.
Oh, no, it's fine actually. I was surprised when she suddenly told me to leave, but I had been wanting to leave myself for a long time, but I never could since I had nowhere else to go to. This was actually a good opportunity for me, since now I guess I have no choice.
But this must be very sudden for you, right? Do you have any plans on where to go? If not, you can come to our house instead.
No, I don't really have any plans, but...
I told our father about how they were treating you like a servant here, and he was just as disgusted as me and said he wanted to help. He really didn't know anything about it. He said that if he had known, he would have done something about it immediately. So let him help you.
Father, it wasn't his fault. You see, my mom completely cut ties with him and moved far away after the divorce, so there was no way for him to know.
Still, he wants to make up for it. I heard that when your parents got divorced, Father was in the process of battling an illness, which is why he wasn't able to get custody of you. He says that this time he's not just going to stand by and watch. My mother agrees to letting you live here as well, so don't worry.
Thank you. It means so much to me to finally have people that care about me.
What they did to you isn't normal, Lydia. You were probably brainwashed by them or something and made to think that it was natural for them to treat you like this. But it's not. What they did to you is disgusting and they deserve to go to hell for it. Anyways, can you come to S Station? Me and Father will pick you up by car.
Yes. I think I have barely enough money to get to S Station.
What? Could it be the case that you don't have any money? Jesus, so that's why you found it so hard to leave their house until now. I'm not going to forgive your sister and parents for doing this to you. They're going to pay for what they did.
What are you going to do? And yeah, I don't have any money. It's embarrassing for me to tell you, but my stepfather manages my bank account, and he only gives me 50 euros of allowance each month. With the money I have right now, I thought I would only be able to sleep at an internet cafe for one night, but thankfully I was able to meet you.
Seriously? They were even taking your salary from you? You need to get out of there as quick as possible. Come to S Station quick.
Alright. Thank you again for your help. I think I'll take you up on your offer and live with you guys for the time being.
This can't be happening. Loretto was your half-brother all along?
Yes. It's a small world, I guess. I was so surprised when Loretto told me about it too. But I can't believe you never noticed the similarity between us, though. I mean, last week was the first time I met him, but you've been seeing both of us on a daily basis for quite some time now.
Shut up. You're nothing like Loretto. That's why I never noticed. And I still don't want to cancel the marriage.
Yeah, but wasn't it already made official at today's meeting between the 7 of us? It's not going to change anymore unless you somehow manage to convince Loretto to marry you again, which I seriously doubt.
This is all your fault, Lydia. I should have just made you stay in your room that day. To think that I had laid my hands on a rich man. You ruined it.
Oh, are you talking about how our father runs a company?
Yes. And I heard that Loretto was going to inherit his father's company. I wanted to become the wife of a CEO.
Come on, Daria. Think this through a bit more carefully. It wouldn't have mattered whether you made me stay in my room that day or not.
Huh? What do you mean it wouldn't have mattered? And since when did you talk to me like that?
I'm not your servant anymore, Daria. You guys made me think otherwise all this time, but I finally realized that what you people did to me all those years was cruelty. You know that Loretto's father is also my biological father already, right?
So what? Just because you're the daughter of a CEO doesn't mean you're better than me, alright?
I never said it did. I don't think he would have let his son marry someone who treated his own daughter like a servant. He would have found out eventually, and the marriage would sure have been cancelled. Not only that, but I heard that my biological parents got divorced because my mom cheated on Dad.
Mom cheated? But she said they got divorced because Dad cheated.
Looks like she lied to both of us. My father said that this other man she cheated on Dad with was your father, the man she married a year after divorce.
Huh?
Do you think that he would want to let his son marry the child born between these two?
What is that even? Why the hell is this happening? I don't deserve this. Hey! Money! Now! Give me your salary!
You mean my bank account?
Yes. Dad tried to withdraw the money from your bank account as usual, but he said that he couldn't use the card anymore. This is your doing, isn't it?
Well, it is my doing. I got a new card made and changed the PIN, which means the one your dad has is no longer valid. And?
Huh? What do you mean, and? You've got a big attitude for a servant.
Sorry, but I'm not your servant anymore. Besides, I don't live there anymore, so I don't understand why you guys should be able to manage my bank account.
Yeah, but it's going to be a problem for us. Didn't you think of that? You really are stupid. I mean, I never knew that of the 5,000 euros we earned each month, that 3,200 was from your salary. What even is that? That's not the point.
Oh, your dad only makes 1,800 euros each month? I never knew. That explains a lot of things, I guess.
That's not the point. I'm telling you, we need the money back. Oh, and come back because we need you to do the housework. Ever since you quit being our servant, our house has become a disaster.
Why don't the three of you do the housework? You're the one that told me to leave, right? So you need to at least take responsibility for your own words, alright?
What's with the attitude again? You're just a servant.
Okay, I think I've had enough of this shit. Bye.
Wait, hold on. That's not what I meant. I'm sorry. Why did it come to this? And to think I was set to become the wife of a CEO. But now we can't even get by because Dad only earns 1,800 euros a month. Please just give us some money, Lydia. We're your family, aren't we?
Hello, Lydia. Are you done unpacking your stuff?
Yup, I'm basically done, I guess. That reminds me. I told you about how I received a text from Daria telling me to give her money, right?
Yeah, why? Are you worried about them or something?
I mean, she is my half-sister after all.
You're too kind, Lydia. They treated you like a slave all these years, and you're seriously going to help them? Besides, it won't be good for Daria if you help her now. She needs to learn a lesson. Not just her, but her parents as well. I think it would be for your own good if you just cut ties completely with those people.
I understand. Alright, I've decided. From now on, I'm going to prioritize my happiness.
Yep, I think that's a great idea. Oh, I have an idea. We're going to have a barbecue party at our yard this Sunday, but Mom and Dad say they'd love it if you come as well.
Is it alright if I come, though?
Of course it's alright. We're family after all. You'll come, right?
Okay, I'll come. I'll look forward to it.
Nice. Dad says that he's going to buy some high-grade meat, so it's sure to be delicious.
Wow. Thank you. I was moved by my new family's kindness, so I finally decided to become a new person. I now live in an apartment near Loretto and his parents' house. Sometimes they invite me over to have dinner or just to sleep at their place, and in general, we just get along really well. My old family that I cut ties with, on the other hand. My sister has never worked a day in her life despite being 29. My mother also hasn't worked in at least 30 years, since she's just a housewife. It seems that my stepfather as well has been ruled out of ever getting a promotion and is made to work minimum wage. Trying to do something about the situation, it seems that my sister tried to marry a rich man again and got involved with a celebrity. But apparently this new man was already married, and now not only are they barely making any money, they're now in debt because this new man's wife made Daria pay her an alimony. For some reason, she contacted me once more telling me to do something about our debt, but it was right before I was going to change phone numbers, so I just ignored her.